Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2023 thriller Thirst. The film is written and directed by Eric Owen, and it's a film that focuses on a small American town that there's like a couple, they're trying for a baby, he's working really, really hard, trying to make his way in his business, in his company that he works for, and there is something that initially is like infecting the water supply for the local town. They discover that there's like drugs in the water, methamphetamine or something like that, and it's affecting everybody. Now this is like a film of two halves in a lot of ways, because it's like the first half of the film, it focuses heavily on this water and the fact that the town are all drinking it. This one particular guy, like I say, is drinking it. Everyone's acting strange. Everyone's got insomnia. Nobody's sleeping. Everybody's getting fed up and grumpy with each other. And it's like mass hysteria. And then once it's revealed that there is this, that the water's not safe, the second half of the film becomes something completely different. In the sense of nobody can drink from the taps, and all the water has been bought from all the local suppliers, all the supermarkets, everything. There's no water left, so people have to scavenge to just stay alive. No supplies are coming through, so they're kind of isolated from the outside world, and there is no fresh water for anyone to drink. So it's kind of people have got to kind of travel out to lakes and find water, all this kind of stuff, and it's like a fight for survival. What are my thoughts on Thirst? Well, this is, in many ways, quite a fascinating film. It's, as I say, it's kind of focusing on two different areas, the fact of this infected water and how it's affecting the population of this small town. And then the second half, this it's like greed, basically. So, do you know what it reminded me of? During the height of COVID, certainly in the UK, I'm not sure what it was like for the rest of the world, but everybody in the UK thought it was a good idea to buy up every toilet roll that had ever been made and stored and stacked in this country. You couldn't get toilet roll for love nor money. I don't know what people thought was going to happen, where they would need all this toilet roll, but lo and behold, that's what happened. People start panic buying. And that's kind of what this film focuses on, the second part of it, how society panics. People just are selfish. People think of themselves. They don't think of the community sort of thing. And in a lot of ways, it's a fascinating insight into that. Now, this is a low-budget independent film, but it is actually made quite smartly and cleverly. It's not a film that needs a large budget. All it needs is some good direction, some good writing, and some good performances. And thankfully, the film does have all of them. For the most part here, the actors that appear in this film are of a good standard, especially the main performers. You believe them. You believe that these characters are partners or together. You believe their trials and tribulations that are going on in their life. And you do actually find yourself connecting with them as characters. So you feel like you're going on this journey with them. And you do actually get this sense of frustration with these characters, at the beginning of the film when they're all getting insomnia and not sleeping and getting frustrated and annoyed with everybody. You kind of get that sense of frustration as well. So it's a smartly made film that kind of, in a lot of ways, deals with the human psyche, or the best at times and the worst of humans and what they're kind of capable of, and it's a good study of human behaviour in a lot of ways, and I do quite like and appreciate what the film was trying to do. Now, it's not to say really that this film is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. That is not the case at all. I think there's some people going to have an issue with the pacing. There's not much in regards to really high thrills, all that sort of thing, edge of the seat stuff. There's none of that really going on. It's more like a gentle thriller, or like a gentle thriller with, like, you know, relationship drama thrown in there, sort of thing. There were moments where I wondered where it was going, you know, in regards to, you know, the story, if it was going to pull the trigger on certain vicious side of humanity, and while it does to some degree, a little bit, it never really fully commits. And you can kind of completely understand why some of the characters in the film do the things that they do. It highlights the greed and the desperation of people when they are kind of pushed to their limits, sort of thing. But I think it could have turned the dial up on regards to, like, the tension, the pressure. I'd even added a little bit of horror in there as well, sort of thing. But as it stands, it was a little bit of a pleasant surprise, this one. It's a nicely made thriller, especially when you consider the budget involved here, with some clever performances and some very competent writing and directing. So I would probably recommend checking this one out, guys. If any of what I've talked about sounds interesting to you at all, if it sounds like your sort of film, then give this one a go. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you like the video, please click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.